I've been in the banking industry for over 20 years, and these are the top 6 reasons why people lose with money. Now listen, all 6 are very important, but reason number 1 is the most important. So please be sure to stick around for all 6. Let's jump right in. Reason number 6, pay yourself first. It is impossible to be broke if you're always paying yourself first. My rule, I've gotten in the habit of always paying myself at least 20% of my take-home pay, and I also contribute to my company's 401k program. Learning to pay yourself first is something that isn't taught in our education system, and for a lot of Americans, with how our economy is set up and that spend-first mentality, it can be a real challenge. But paying yourself first is one of the most healthy financial habits that you can get in the practice of. So challenge yourself and always pay yourself first. Reason number 5, spend less than you make. Did you know that 79% of Americans are either living paycheck to paycheck, spend more than they make, or couldn't even cover an unexpected $2,000 expense? If you spend more than you make, it is impossible to win with money. Remember, most people think that the purpose of money is to spend it, and this is a poor mindset. You have to also remember that everyone is after your money. This is how our economy is set up. 70% of the American economy is based off of consumer spending. And you have to have the discipline to say no, make sure that you pay yourself first, and spend less than you make. Number 4, learn how to invest. Now, in order to invest, you have to have access to capital. And if you are always spending less than you make, and if you pay yourself first, you will have access to capital. But it's not about what you do once in a while, it's about what you do frequently and consistently. Now, look at these numbers right here. And to me, I always love running these exercises because they're so alarming and they're so powerful. And it's such an incredible reminder of the power of compound interest. Now, did you know that someone that invests $100 a month from the age of 25 to 70, after 45 years, assuming average market returns, will have over $1 million? That's with just $100 a month. Now, what if they invested $1,000 a month? Well, after the same 45 years of $1,000 a month, considering market returns, they would have over $10 million. And if you invested $2,500 a month over the same term, the 45 years, you would have over $26 million. If you pay yourself first, if you spend less than you make, and if you learn how to invest regularly, you don't have to retire broke. Reason number 3, own your own home. Now, this one is really difficult right now, and I'm in mortgage banking. I work for an FDIC insured bank here in the United States, and this is a big challenge right now because home values in the US are as high as they've ever been, and interest rates are currently at a 20-year high. And so what that means is that affordability is the lowest it's been in decades. So penetrating the home market right now can be very, very difficult. But let me share my personal story. I've been in my home for about 10 years now. Now, when I bought my home 10 years ago, my housing expense was around 35% of my gross income. And even though I was well qualified, it was still a little uncomfortable because I had never had a mortgage payment that high. And I was questioning myself, can I really do this? Can I afford this? But 10 years later, guess what? My mortgage payment has not changed. So I still have the same mortgage payment today in 2024 that I had in 2014. And I wouldn't be able to go rent a home here in Colorado for the same price that my mortgage payment is. So when you own your home, it allows you to fix those housing expenses, and in the long term, it gives you more options and benefits. Now, how do you know when you're ready to buy a home? Being a mortgage banker, I do not believe, and I will never say everyone should go be a homeowner right this instant. I think that's very irresponsible, and I think it's wrong. You should buy a home when you're financially ready, when you have an emergency fund, when you've paid off your bad debt, when you've taken those steps to put yourself in the very best position possible with your career and your discretionary spending. That is when you should buy, not before. Number 2, learn how to earn more by growing your skills. Right now I'm reading the autobiography of Andrew Carnegie, and he was born in the 1800s and lived and thrived through the American Industrial Revolution. He started his career off in the railroads before moving to iron and then into steel. And what I've learned from him is that he pivoted to industries that were always emerging and always growing. One of his beliefs was that rising tides raise all ships. And so by being in the right industry, it gave him the most opportunity, and that's why he pivoted from the railroads to iron and then into steel. When you're constantly growing your skills, it gives you the ability to learn and to grow and to offer more to the marketplace. And ultimately, it increases your earning power. So learn how to earn more by growing your skills. Read books, listen to podcasts, go to seminars. These are things that I used to not believe in, but I can tell you becoming a daily reader, it's really changed my life, and it's something that I really, really enjoy. All right, and here is reason number 1. And this is the most important, more important than all of the other 5 reasons put together. Reason number 1 is vision. It is so important to think big and to dream big. Now, I'm gonna share a personal story with you. This is a picture of my son. He's now 15 years old. He's gonna be a freshman next year in high school. This is a picture of him when he was a baby. And when he was a baby, he was about 12 months old. He gave me this bracelet right here that says, "Think Big." And he handed it to me one day while I was at home, not even knowing what it was, but I put the bracelet on and I've never taken it off. And the reason for that is because it gives me daily inspiration to think big. I see so many Americans and they don't know how to dream. They don't know how to think big. They don't have a vision for themselves. It's so important to have an incredible financial vision and a vision for any of your dreams that are so big that it actually scares you. Because here in America, you really can accomplish anything. You can have that dream job, that dream career, the dream house, but you have to be willing to dream big. When you have an incredible vision, it then gives all those other 5 steps I just mentioned more purpose. It gives you clarity, and you're not just going through the steps, they actually mean something. So when you're trying to spend less than you make and pay yourself first and become a homeowner, when it's all intertwined with an actual vision, reason number 1 is vision. Never be afraid to think big and to dream big. This is Benjamin Adams with American Money 101. Until next time.